And hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial for LSPDFR, and this time we're going to be doing ELS vehicles. And with that you're going to need WinRAR and you're going to need OpenIV or Open4, whichever you prefer. You're going to need both of those because those are the ones I'm using for the tutorial. Now the other unzip program, I think it's 7-zip. I'm not using that, I'm using WinRAR. So go ahead and make sure you have WinRAR and OpenIV. Okay, once you go ahead and Google or use whatever search engine to find LSPDFR, you go to that site. We're all familiar with it at the top. LSPDFR, you want to come down to, you want to be in downloads. Okay, come down to vehicle textures, you want police. And as you can see, there are a couple other options: fire, EMS, other, which is tow trucks or coroner vehicles, but we want police. And then you want vehicle models and slide over to ELS. Just like that. ELS, and click on ELS. Now you can scroll down. As you can see right here at the top and at the bottom, there's tons and tons of pages of ELS vehicles. Okay, all you're going to do is scroll down until you see one or two or three or four that you like. You may want to drive the Crown Vic, you may want to drive a Durango. As you can see, there's tons of vehicles that you can drive. Let's find some more examples. We'll click on a different page. A Mustang. But again, make sure that it's ELS compatible. Now sometimes if it doesn't say it on the outside right here on the title, when you click on it and open it and go on the inside, it will say it somewhere on the inside. But just make sure you double check. For this tutorial, make sure you double check that it's ELS. There's a Chevy Malibu, Chevy Caprice. There's a bunch of different vehicles, and like I said, a bunch of different pages for you to scroll through. You'll be looking at these for days. Okay, so go ahead and download the ELS that you want. Okay, we're going to close that, and we're going to go ahead and open WinRAR, close the purchase, open WinRAR, and open your IV. I have mine on Stream Deck, so I just push a Stream Deck button, and these things pop open. Okay, now once you're in OpenIV, make sure you have your ELS, not ELS, ASI. Make sure your ASI manager, make sure they're all green. If you have any that's blue, just go ahead and click install and it'll install it and everything will change green. But if there are any blue, go ahead and make sure they're green, okay? And make sure you're in edit mode by clicking edit at the top. Now there is a way, if you want it to stay on edit mode, there is a way to do that. You're going to go in tools, you're going to look for options, and then you're going to look for default work mode. And if you haven't already changed this, it's going to say read only. You just want to change it to edit. I don't like changing it because I don't want to have it already in edit mode just in case I accidentally click on something before I actually get started. But you can do that if you want to. It's perfectly fine. That way every time you open OpenIV, it'll be already in edit mode. Okay, but just make sure those two things are taken care of. Edit mode and your ASI manager. Make sure everything is green. Okay, now, once you have a vehicle pack that you've downloaded in WinRAR, let's see, let me find one. Let me find a Crown Vic. We'll start with a Crown Vic first. Give me just a second. Okay, I got one. Got my notes here where I've used a couple of Crown Vics. So we're going to go ahead and use 2011 Crown Vic. And as a matter of fact, they even have pictures. I love it when they put the pictures in there so you can actually see what your vehicle is going to look like, whether it has a light bar, whether it's a slick top, whether it has too many antennas, not enough antennas, whether it has push bumpers on the front, tinted windows. Believe it or not, some of them on the inside, there are no seats. There's no seats, no front seats, no back seats, no radios, no MDT, no shotgun, no AR-15. There's nothing on the inside because all they did was the texture on the outside. So when they install pictures, you can see that ahead of time, and you don't have to wait until you already have downloaded it to find out, hey, there's no seats on this thing. Not that anybody's going to notice while you're playing the game, I guess. It'll still look like you're driving a vehicle. But let's go ahead and take a look and see what these look like. Okay, that's Crown Vic. That's what it's going to look like. As you can see, it's got push bumpers, a light bar, and it's got antennas. A couple of antennas, not too many. I don't like too many antennas. Okay, and this is what it looks like from the back. A couple of lights in the back glass right there, which is pretty good, pretty decent. A couple of stickers and everything will be on the bumpers once you download it. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, like I said, on the inside, now this one has seats, but no MDT. There's no computer, no shotguns, no AR-15. You got your radio, your siren, lights, controls, and that's it. That's all that they put on the inside. So again, it just depends. You may like it the way it looks on the outside. You may prefer something different on the inside, but it's totally up to you. Now let's go ahead and take a look at one more, just for example, before we download that one. Let's see. Let's go and take a look at a slick top. Well, you know what? I don't think they have the picture. Yeah, they don't have the picture on this one because there's no pictures. Sometimes they do have pictures, sometimes they don't. This one, yes, it has pictures. It'll say pictures or screenshots. And that's what if you download the Tahoe, that's what it's going to look like. The spotlights are going to be up. It has a push bumper and it's a slick top. No lights at the top. Here's a Crown Vic. I can't really see that one too well. There's a Ford Explorer Utility. And those are usually labeled FPIU. The Tahoe again. And that's going to be a Taurus. The Ford Police Interceptor Sedan. Most of the times they label it FPIS. Ford Police Interceptor sedan. It's got a light bar. The spotlights are going to be up, push bumpers, and down here at the bottom, when you download it, whatever texture you put on it, it's going to have the running lights. Okay, so let's go ahead and download one. As a matter of fact, since we're already in here, let's go ahead and download one. We want red and blue, of course. Now some people, let's go back, all blues. If you're in a place where your local police department, county sheriff, state police, they have all blues, this person put in 2 separate folders, which is pretty cool, for you to use all blue lights or red and blue lights. Okay, now let's go ahead and go inside red and blue, car models, and let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and do the Crown Vic. Now those preset options are FBI, FBI 2, Police, Police 2, Police 3, Police 4, which Police 4 is another term for Police 4 that they use as unmarked. Police 4 and unmarked are the exact same thing. And it's going to be Police Old 1, which is Rancher, or Police Old 2, which is Road Cruiser, Park Ranger or P Ranger, Sheriff 1 and Sheriff 2. Now those are all the options that you're able to put vehicles in. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, almost 12 vehicles. And that's a lot. That's a lot to start off with. That's more than enough. Okay? So what we're going to do is go ahead and first off find your pathway. And you're going to come over to OpenIV, and you're going to start with mods. Now yours may be empty. Yours may say that it's empty if you're doing this for the very first time. Okay? And then you're going to go update. And you're going to go 64. Then you're going to go DLC packs. And then you're going to scroll down to your latest patch day. Yours may be 5, 10, 12, 16, 23, 26. Go to your latest patch day. If you want, you can use patch day 25. Some people do. I'm going to go and go to patch day 28. After you decide on a patch day, dlc.rpf. Now if this pops up, always pick the one on the left. Copy it to your mods folder. Always the one on your left. Times 64. Then you want levels. Then you want Grand Theft Auto 5. And then you want to come underneath to vehicles.rpf. Okay. Now we're going to hold right there for a second. And remember, all the ones that I just named, those 10, 12 vehicles that I just named, those are the ones that we're going to have to put over here. As of right now, if this is your first time, there's none in here. You don't see them in here anywhere. No FBI, no police, no sheriff, no police old 1, old 2, none of that. So you're going to have to migrate everything over to this. Okay, now right now we have FBI. So let's go ahead and keep it as it is, FBI. Usually if I'm doing city police vehicles or county police vehicles, I'll use the police 1, police 2, police 3, police 4, but You know what? Let's go ahead and you're going to have to do that one of these days eventually. I know it says FBI, but let's go ahead and change that. We're going to change that. I want you to right click on it, click rename, and you're going to click right in front of that .yft. Click right in front of the .yft and take out the FBI. Because you're going to be doing this from time to time. You might get to a point where, you know what, I've been driving this police vehicle that I have labeled FBI for a long time. I want to change it to something else. I want to move this texture that I have at FBI, I want to move it to police 4. So you're going to have to do some renaming, okay? So we're going to take that FBI out, and we're going to go police. Okay, and we're going to change all 3 of them. Police. And one more. Now on the one that has the underscore, you want to go in front of the underscore. I know we did in front of the .yft on the other ones, but on this one that has the underscore, you want to stay in front of the underscore. Okay? Police. Now they used to all say FBI, they used to all say FBI, but now they say police. And they should look exactly like that. Now we are in edit mode, so everything is good to go. We have our patch day selected and everything. We're going to highlight all 3 of those, or wherever you are, whichever skin that you decided you wanted, whether it said sheriff, whether it said police 2, whatever it said, go ahead and do what I did, because you're going to have to do it eventually. You're going to get sick of driving what you were driving, and you're going to want to change that texture. So and this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do some renaming. So we may as well do it now and get it over with. Okay, so it says police.yft, police.ytd, police_high.yft. And we're going to drag and drop those. Boom, right over there. Okay. Now, if you come over into your OpenIV and click on Police YTD or Police YFT, correction, I'm sorry, Police YFT. Remember the pictures that we were just looking at? When you click on police.yft, the pictures, the screenshots that the owner put on screen, this is what the vehicle looks like. You have the spotlights turned up, you have push bumpers, you have antennas, and you have, let's see, you have the ALPR readers, okay? Okay, that's just to show you what it looks like. We're going to close out of that. We're going to go back. We're going to go back again until we see this. Now in yours that you decided to pick, it may say ELS instead of VCF. Or it may be inside here where you already were. It may say XML, VCF, ELS. You're going to open that because we want the XML. You're going to go inside of ELS, or if it says VCF, you want to open that. And you want to find the one that said FBI, and you want to change that one also, just like we did with the other ones. Go ahead and change it to police. Make sure you stay in front of the dot. POLICE. Make sure you stay in front of the dot. That way it'll say. And by the way, if it's all capital letters, make sure you use all capital letters. If it said FBI or sheriff in all capital letters, you change it to police in all capital letters. Okay, now that we have that changed, you're going to open your main game directory or your root directory, program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, Grand Theft Auto file, and you want ELS, because these are ELS vehicles. You want the ELS folder. Open that, and when you see pack default, you want to open that. Okay? And what you want to do is go back to WinRAR, highlight police, find a little empty space, drag and drop, and click replace. Now it's fine if you already have police over there. That probably came with the default, but you do have to replace it. Okay, make sure nothing was highlighted before you drag and drop, and then drag and drop it over there. Okay, now once we did that, you can close that, and we'll do a couple of more examples just to make sure you're comfortable with it. Okay, now we have a vehicle. You can use that texture and finish downloading Charger or Tahoe, a slick top Charger, whichever one of those you like that were inside the car models. All of these, if you want, you can do exactly what we just did. You say, for instance, you want to do the Tahoe. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and do the Tahoe. Now, as you can see, it says Police 2. Now, if yours says Sheriff or Police Old 1 or FBI 2, or no matter what it says, I want you to change it to Police 2. This one just happened to be a matter of luck, a matter of good fortune that it's already Police 2, because we were going to change it to Police 2. So go ahead and change whatever yours is to Police 2. Make sure you stay in front of the dot YFT, stay in front of the dot YTD, stay in front of the underscore high dot YFT, and change that to Police 2. Now come back over to your OpenIV. Once you get that done, I'm going to go slow at this part while you're doing that. All you're going to do is make sure you don't have anything highlighted inside your OpenIV. Don't have anything highlighted. Okay, if you want, you can go back and go back to where you were. You're going to go forward and then go back. That's all you got to do is click it one time to back and then go to the forward, and that'll take you right back where you were. Okay? Just make sure nothing is highlighted. Like I said, just click back and then forward to go back to where you were. Now, you're going to come over here and highlight all three, which is the Tahoe. And you're going to drag the Tahoe over with the Crown Vic. And if you click on police2.yft, there's your Tahoe. And if you want to keep it that way, you can. You can keep that and use that vehicle inside the game. Okay? And now we got to do what again? We got to do the ELS. Like I say, it may be in here with some of them do put the file already in here. The .xml may already be in here. It may say, if they did this one, it would say police2.xml, but it's not, so we have to go out and look for it. Now it'll say either ELS or VCF. This one, it's already police2, so what we want to do is open our main game file or root directory, whichever you prefer to call it. program, Steam apps, common, Grand Theft Auto 5, ELS, because we're doing ELS vehicles. ELS pack default, and take police 2 right over in an empty space. Now you've got, this is so the emergency lighting system will work. Okay, minimize that, we don't need it anymore. Go back out. If you do see any meta files, if you see a .meta folder, go inside. Okay, come back over to OpenIV, forward and back again. Make sure nothing is highlighted. That'll unhighlight anything you had highlighted. Go back to your .meta, highlight it, and drag and drop into this empty area. You're going to need that. Okay? Anytime you go into your ELS vehicles, if there's a meta, make sure you put that in, and make sure you put your ELS or VCF, open that up so you can get your XML files. Sometimes it'll say ELS, sometimes it'll say VCF. But you need the same name XML file to put in your pack default. Okay, now, those 2 vehicles, that'll be enough for right now. We're just doing examples. Let's go find a texture that we like for the Crown Vic. Let's see, like I said, your WinRAR will not look like this, okay? So you can go back into LSPDFR and find a texture that you like. Whether you want a lower friendly vehicle for your city or your state, you can do that. Or if you want something local, it could be something local. Doesn't have to be the texture that you downloaded. Let's say for instance you want something lower friendly. We'll use the very first, well, let's go lower friendly, okay. And that one's not one that you can download. You'll find one that says lower friendly and one that you can actually download that has the download symbol and not just pictures. San Andreas Highway Patrol libraries, that one you can download. Okay, you're going to click download and you'll download those textures, those skins. Once you click on it and you click on download, those skins will go into your WinRAR. Okay, and when you open WinRAR, that Highway Patrol stuff will be over in here. Now, and I'm going to show you how to, you're going to have your ELS vehicles that we just put over, and you're going to have the texture that you want to put on those ELS vehicles over in your WinRAR. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do that right quick. So let me find the texture that I already downloaded, which is going to be, let's do the Houston Police Department. As we all know, that's a favorite of mine. If you've been watching any of my videos, we just wanted to put them on the map. Okay, so what you're going to do is come into your OpenIV, find your Crown Vic. because this is a Crown Vic texture. They have to match. I mean, obviously you can't put a Tahoe texture on a Ford Taurus, and vice versa. You can't put a Ford Taurus texture onto a ELS Tahoe vehicle. It's not going to fit. It's not going to work. They weren't meant for each other, okay? So it has to be Crown Vic to Crown Vic, Tahoe to Tahoe, Taurus to Taurus, Dodge Charger to Dodge Charger. Now you want your YTD files. You want your police.ytd. You want to open that up. Okay? Now once you open it up, it'll be on just some random thing at the top. What you want to do is the search box at the top. The search box, you want to go SIGN. Okay, SIGN, because that's what the textures for that ELS vehicle that you downloaded, that's what the textures are kept under. Every texture, no matter what, is kept under SIGN. So in the search engine, type SIGN. See how they match? Crown Vic Police Interceptor, Crown Vic Police Interceptor, _sign, _1. _sign, _1. Let me move this over a little bit. That's exactly what you want. Okay? Now this is the skin, the texture, what it looked like, and we're going to change that, okay? Highlight, drag and drop it all the way over into this one. Put it right on top of it. Click OK, and you'll see it change. Once you click OK, just like that, you'll see it change. Click Save, as you don't want to lose it when you close out of it. It'll take a couple of seconds. Okay. Now to verify that it matched up, that it was okay, because every now and then, sometimes you'll have Taurus to go on a Taurus, but it'll be something not quite right about it. The texture might be too low. It may say police on the back bumper, but it won't say police on the back bumper on the skin that you changed. Okay, so what you want to do to see the picture again is go to the YFT, police.yft. And remember what it looked like earlier? It was the orange and white. Now the only thing that's going to change is the texture, the decals, liveries, stickers, whatever you want to call them. There's a bunch of different names for them. That's the only thing that's going to change. The spotlights, front bumper, light bar, antennas, lights down at the bottom, none of that stuff is going to change. And you want to go through, turn it around, look at the top, look at the bottom. You may not like that. Okay? Now, I've already found something that I don't like, and I'm going to change this. If you notice, right there, in gold. Now, if the letters were white, I probably wouldn't mind so much, but the letters are gold. And I'll show you how to change it. If you don't like something, we can change it. All you're going to do is pick a different vehicle. That's all we're going to do. But we got it changed. And that's what it looks like. Okay, now let's do the Tahoe. Okay, now remember, you can't have anything highlighted. We've been inside of it and it's highlighted. So forward and take us back. Now it's not highlighted anymore. Okay, now let's go find Tahoe. And what you will do if you want a Tahoe, go inside of LSPDFR, find yourself a Tahoe library. You can even go to the search engine, type in Tahoe. Let's see. Sometimes you do have to give it a little bit more information. Okay, we found one right off the bat. I think that's Tahoe. Picture's kind of small. It looks like a Tahoe, maybe a Ford. Yep, it is a Tahoe. So if you want to use that one, that's fine. We'll close that one. And all you'll do is click download over to the right. It'll go to your WinRAR. And you'll open that texture, which I've already found my Tahoe texture. So what you're gonna do is the same thing I'm doing. Inside of whatever Tahoe you downloaded, look for the Tahoe. Open the Tahoe folder, and then come over to your WinRAR, your OpenIV, and look for police2.ytd. police2.ytd, because YFT will show you the picture. YFT will show you what it looks like. We want to change the skin. As a matter of fact, let's do this real quick. That's what it looks like right now, without any changes. That's what it looks like. police2.ytd. Remember, when you go into the .ytd, any type of picture will be there. So you have to come over to the search box, SIGN. Remember, the textures are always under SIGN, under sign. No matter if it's a Taurus, a Charger, a Tahoe, a Crown Vic, you're always going to type in SIGN. See how it says Tahoe and Tahoe? Now these are a bunch of different skins. The window, Houston Police, Sheriff, Tahoe, and Tahoe. They have to match before you slide it over there, okay? Highlight it, drag and drop, left click, hold it down, drag and drop, and you're going to drag it just like we did the other one right on top of it and let it go. Okay? Click OK and then click save. Picture will change and click save. Like I say, when it's over here, you left click it, left click, hold it down, drag and drop, and put it right on top of the Tahoe _ SIGN. Okay, now to double check, make sure you're satisfied with what you just did. Go up to the YFT. So you're going to find Police 2. YFT, take a look at it before you go into your game. And there it is. Remember, it used to be yellow or gold or whatever. Now it's whatever it is that you want to drive. That's what it is. Remember, only the skins are going to change, nothing physical. And I think because the reason why this is not changing is because it's on the glass. That's what I'm thinking. Either it's in error and he didn't mean to do that, or it's on the glass. One of the two. Because if you notice, anything that's on the glass doesn't change. Okay, so we got a Crown Vic. And we have a Tahoe. Police 2, Police 1, Police 2. And that's pretty much really how you download an ELS and change the skin. Now remember I said on the Crown Vic, As a matter of fact, on the Tahoe, I'm not happy either. But on the Crown Vic, we're going to go ahead and find a different Crown Vic. Let's see. Because of that gold, I'm going to do a different texture. Okay. Okay, let's see if this one is good. You want to find the, now everybody will have it labeled different, and they may not even have pictures in it. It may say vehicles, it may say mods, it may say cars, it may say models. You just have to click on the different folders to find the .yft, .ytd, underscore high underscore .ytd. You have to click on the different folders to find it. So he's put his inside of that folder and inside another folder, and there they are finally. Okay, so I want to change this to police. So all I'm gonna do is take that 4 off. Stay in front of the .yft. 4 is gone. Do the next one. 4 is gone. Actually, this one is a good example because remember the last one, it only had 3, but this one has 4. It has a plus high.ytd. It not only has the .yft, .ytd underscore high .yft, it also has a plus high .ytd. So this will be another good example for you because you're going to run into these from time to time. So right click, rename police, highlight, right click, rename police. Okay, make sure they look exactly like that. You want to stay in front of the dot, stay in front of the underscore, stay in front of the plus sign. Make sure nothing's highlighted. Highlight them all. Left click, hold it down, drag, and drop it in. Okay. Now what we're going to do is look at the YFT to see what it looks like. And that's what it'll look like. A little different than the last Crown Vic. The last Crown Vic had ALPR units on the trunk. This one does not. Light bars a little different. A couple of antennas. Okay, now that's what it looks like, and we're going to change that because we were not happy with the way something looked, and it was the gold police letters. Okay, so once we have those files over there, you also need to remember you need to find the ELS or the VCF folder. Let's see, you gotta search for them. And there it is, found it. There's the .xml, that's what we want. That's what we want right there. Sometimes it's inside the ELS or VCF folder. This one, he had his inside of, this is what he named it. But we need that .mxl, XML correction, I'm sorry, .xml. And also we need to change that so the names would match. Stay in front of the dot. We need to change that. Open your main game directory, C, program files, Steam, Steam apps, Common, Grand Theft Auto 5, ELS, Pack Default, highlight, drag and drop, and replace. Because the previous one was for a different vehicle. We need the one for the current vehicle that we're going to use, okay? Close that out. And once you have the vehicle that you want, you're going to find your texture that you want. So I'm going to, again, use, let's use something, yeah, we'll keep it simple. We'll use the same. Well, let's try a different color. Instead of that blue and white, let's try a different color, okay? So you want to open your police.ytd because you're going to do a different skin, police.ytd. Remember, see, some random picture will show up. You can barely see it, but I think it's the front instrument cluster. But anyway, that doesn't matter because we're going to go to the search engine, type SIGN, and there's the textures from the picture that we saw. We want to change that, and it's good that we have this because you're going to run into this from time to time too, and I'll show you what to do on that. Okay, now come over to the texture that you want in your WinRAR. Make sure they match. CVPI underscore sign 1, CVPI underscore sign underscore 1. And that one is for the Sheriff's Department. I don't want the Sheriff's Department. I want the Houston Police Department. I want that one. Okay, so inside of here, you can't have two of them with the same name. So this one, that was the Sheriff's Department. I need to right click, change that to something else. We can just do CVPI and we'll give it a number. Just put some numbers behind it. Say 88. Now at some point in the future, if you do want that sheriff vehicle, all you're going to do is take the 88 off so it matches the CVPI over here. Because right now CVPI 88 underscore sign does not match CVPI underscore. So just take the 88 back off. It'll match again. And you'll do what we're going to do here in just a second. Okay. Now this one we have to change. Since we want Houston Police, we're going to change it to match this one over here. Okay. Take that R off. Now it matches. You can always double check. Make sure you have the right texture. Close it. It's already highlighted. Drag and drop. Hold left click down. Drag and drop right on top of it. Right on top. And let it go. Okay. And save. Now we're not quite finished yet. We need to take care of something and I'll show you. Remember earlier I showed you once you're done, once you did that, you'll go back to the YFT and you'll see your results that you changed. Remember I said that. Okay, so we're going to click on Police YFT to see, hey, what the heck's going on? It didn't change. I did everything correctly. I did the steps, but why didn't it change? And I'll show you why. Go back up, Police YTD. Go back to the search engine, SIGN. It's there, but why didn't it change? It's because you have this, you have this, you have this. It could be any one of those right now. Now all you have to do is right click, delete, highlight, right click, delete, highlight, right click, delete. Make sure you save. You don't want to have to come back and do that all over again. Make sure you save. Now, there's one more step. We have to do one more thing, and I'm going to show you again why we have one more step. Now, we did that, so let's go ahead and take a look. It should be changed now. It should be changed now. Police.yft. Hey, wait a minute. What the heck? What the heck? It's not. It should say Houston Police Department in black and white. Now, if you remember, there were 4 files over here, as opposed to the other one, there were 3 files. Remember the plus hi.ytd. So you have to go back up, and you have to not only make those corrections in police.ytd, sometimes you have to come down to police plus hi.ytd. Now double click on that to open it. See? He's got more skins in here again on a plus hi YTD. So you got to change all of that. Now you don't have to go through putting in SIGN because they're already here. We don't have to go searching for them. They're already here. So make sure you have the correct one. Go back to WinRAR. Get your CVPI underscore SIGN right on top of it. Drag and drop. Okay. Now before you save it, if you want to, you're going to have to delete these anyway. You can save it, come back inside, or highlight, bye-bye, highlight, bye-bye, one more, highlight, bye-bye, and then you can save. Man, that was a lot of changing. Let's go ahead and take a look at our finished results finally. Now, the only reason why we had to go through all of that, because, like I said, this one had 4 files instead of just 3, and you're going to run into that from time to time. Now, our police YFT. Finally. How about that? Finally. The Houston Police Department. It's changed. The lights in the back that it had, you want to always check all the way around the vehicle, Houston Police, just to make sure you're satisfied. Now, even I've played with vehicles that weren't 100% perfect, because as you're driving around, high-speed chases, wrecking, running into stuff, nobody's going to notice. Nobody's going to notice that there's not a MDT. Nobody's going to notice that there's not a gun rack. Little small things. If Houston Police wasn't on the front bumper, no big deal. Okay? Now on this one, there are textures to change the windows. See how the windows are blank? Nothing on the windows. Now in the city of Houston, we do have textures on our windows, on the mirrors, on the windshield. I don't know why I said windows. On the windshields. So if there are textures to change the windows or to change something else in a pack that you downloaded, you're going to go back into the original police.ytd, type in SIGN. You know what? I'm sorry, not SIGN. Correction on that. It's a Crown Vic, so you're gonna do CVPI. Okay? Don't do SIGN. Do CVPI. And look for Windows. There's nothing on this one to change the windows on the original files, even though they're over here. If they're not over here, you can't change them. Okay? So it doesn't say CVPI windows or windshield or glass or anything like that that matches over here, so you can't change it. And that's all you can change. But I'll show you one to let you know what I'm talking about. And when you go inside the game, if you're satisfied and that's all you wanted was those two vehicles, you go inside the game, you'll have those two vehicles to choose from. When you open Simple Trainer and you go to, let's see, what is it called? It's called Spawn, okay? It's Vehicle Spawn. And then you go to Emergency Vehicles. You'll have those vehicles to choose from. You'll have Police 1 or Police 2 to choose from. Now, I'm going to show you how I do it. Because when I'm playing, I want as many city vehicles that I'm not occupying. I want as many of those different types of vehicles driving around as I can possibly have. And I'm going to show you real quick how to go ahead and do that. If you want to do it that way, out of that Police 1, Police 2, Police 3, Police 4, that's in the city limits, you may be very well content using one of those. But that's not the way I do it. I want all four of those driving around in my city. And what I do is I use an outside vehicle that doesn't go in the city, like a FBI or a park ranger, because I'm not playing as a park ranger, so why would I have the skin of a park ranger? So what I do is I change the park ranger to one of the city police vehicles. That's not a Crown Vic, that's not a Charger, that's not a Taurus, that's not a Tahoe. So now that gives you an extra vehicle totaling of 5 that you'll have driving around your vehicles, and I just think it's pretty neat. If you've watched some of my videos, you'll notice the Camaro, you'll notice the Tahoes, you'll notice the Crown Vics, you'll notice the Chargers. And that's the way I play. But I'm going to show you real quick how to do that. But if you want to stop now, you're done. You've learned how to change, how to download an ELS vehicle, how to put a texture wrap on it. You've learned how to do that, and you are done. If you're satisfied with those two vehicles, you know how to change the name. You can change it to Police 3, Police 4. But I'm going to show you how to fill up all of those city vehicles and use one on the outside. We're going to do that real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and do Police 4 real quick. We've got Police 1, Police 2, we've got Police 3. Let's go ahead and do Police 4 so we can fill up our entire city with police vehicles. Okay, Police 4. I've already found a scanned pack. That I'm going to use. Okay, so that'll be Police 4. And a texture that I'm going to use. So I've got the texture. I've got the ELS vehicle in. Police 4. Let's take a look at it real quick. Nice, nice. Chevrolet Caprice. Looks nice. Light bar, some antennas, ALPRs on the trunk. Let's see. Go ahead and look for our ELS. There it is. We need to make sure that matches. Make sure it matches police 4. 1, 2, 3. Police 4. Open our main game directory. It's going to be program files, Steam, Steam apps, common, Grand Theft Auto 5, ELS, pack default, and go police 4. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 vehicles for the city. Now let's go ahead and put our skin. We have the vehicle, looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and grab the skin. Let's see. For my city of Houston, HPD. Go ahead and open up my police 4 back in OpenIV. Police 4 right there. Okay, some random picture. Go up to the search bar. SIGN. Caprice _sign_1. Okay, we've got a Caprice over here. Make sure it matches. Caprice _sign_1. That matches. Okay, drag it and drop right on top of it. Click OK, and there's the skin, and save it. We'll go ahead and do replace that Tahoe next. Okay, we've got it done. Let's go ahead and double check the picture, make sure it's what we like. Police 4. Nice. Yep, we're good. Just a little bit right there on the bumper, but you know what? I can live with that. Everything else is perfect. Okay, so we've got that done, and the police 2, like we said earlier, has this on the windshield. So we'll go ahead and make that a different Tahoe. Make sure nothing's highlighted. Go forward, go back. Nothing's highlighted. Go ahead and find texture. I want to make it a earlier, up-to-date Tahoe. 2018, 19, 2020, somewhere up in there. If I can find one real quick, I think I have one. Okay, right here, 2019 Tahoe. We want to make that police 2. Okay, it's already been used in Park Ranger, so we got to change that. Stay in front of the .yft. Police 2. Stay in front of the .ytd. Police 2. Stay in front of the underscore hi YFT police 2. Okay, again, double check, nothing's highlighted. Go ahead and highlight everything, drag and drop. Okay, go ahead and find our ELS or VCF folder. There it is. And we changed this one right here. We changed that one to police 2. There's already a police 2, so what we can do to accommodate ourselves, let's just make that one something else that we're not using at the moment. Okay, now the park ranger that we changed for the vehicle files, we have to change that one also for the XML. Oops. Make sure they're all capital. Police 2. Pull up our main directory that has ELS and then pack default. Make sure you're inside pack default. Go ahead and grab police 2 and drag it, drop, and replace. Okay, minimize that. We don't need it. Go ahead and take a look at our Tahoe. See what it looks like. Okay, not bad. A little plain, but not bad. Bunch of equipment in the back. Not bad. So again, you could use any one you want to, any ELS model that you find. Okay, so let's go ahead and change that skin. Go into police 2.ytd, search engine, SIGN. Bottle of Clorox, Tahoe. There's the skin we don't want. Go ahead and find the skin we do want. Whoops, went too far. If you do happen to go back too far, if you go back, just click on downloads and that'll bring you back, because that's all these are. They're downloads. Okay, let's see. HPD. Tahoe, capital PPV. Tahoe, let me make sure. Yep, that's a Tahoe. Okay, it's already highlighted. Drag and drop on top of it. They do match. Okay, should see it change. There we go. Click save. Okay, now that that's saved, let's go up and take a look at it. Police 2. Let's see what we got. Everything looks okay. Looks okay. Let me double check to see if there's anything on the windshield, windows. Police 2. Oops. TAHO. Nothing with windows. Just double checking, make sure I didn't miss it. Nope, there's nothing to change the windows. Okay. Okay, you can close that. So we've got police 2, police 3. You know what? I wonder if there's something in police 3 to change. Let me double check real quick. It's Crown Vic. And nope, there's nothing to change the windows. Okay, so like I said, we've got police 2, police 3, police 4. All city vehicles. Now, like I said, those will be the ones that'll be going around, driving around, coming to back you up, involved in chases with you. Those 4 vehicles. Now what we want to do is drive our own police vehicle instead of taking up one of those, because if we take up one of those, then it'll only be 3 different versions driving around. We want as many as we can possibly get driving around the city. So we can either use FBI, FBI 2, Police Old 1, Police Old 2, P Ranger, Sheriff 1, or Sheriff 2. Let's see what was in this one. Police Old 2. Let's go ahead and make something for Police Old 1. We just have to figure out what we want to drive. How about an older Tahoe instead of that newer one? Okay, an older Tahoe. Let's see, I think I found one. Let's go in Los Santos PD pack that we downloaded already. It does have screenshots, so let's take a look and see what these vehicles look like. Okay, there's a Crown Vic, a Charger, and an FPIU, the police utility vehicle. And I'm pretty sure there's a Tahoe, and there's the Tahoe. It's probably 2014, 2013, 2012 Tahoe. That's what it looks like on the inside. It's got some intersection lights on the sides. Bunch of equipment in the back. Yeah, it's not too bad. We'll go ahead and use that one. Okay, so go into the vehicles, find the Tahoe. We'll use that one. We need to change all of these to Police Old 1. Stay in front of the .ytd. Police Old 1. I'm going to go ahead and change all of these. Stay in front of the plus sign, Police Old 1. Police Old 1, okay? Now, as we did earlier, this time, this one, instead of 3 files, it's going to have 4. So let's go back to our OpenIV, make sure nothing's highlighted, go forward, come back, took out the highlight, all 4, hold down left, right, drag and drop, Police Old 1. Let's take a look at it real quick. Let's see, where did we put it? There it is. Or where did it go, rather? Not bad. Yeah, looks pretty nice. Let's go ahead and change the skin. Oh, correction. We need to do one more thing before we go out of that. Our ELS VCF. So open up our main game directory. Make sure you're in ELS and then pack default. Okay. VCF, and we want the one we changed, which was Police 2, and we can go Police Old 1. Okay, drag that XML over. police old one. We have those emergency light files. Back out. As a matter of fact, there's a meta right there in front of us. So we can go ahead and like that, drag and drop it, and we're done. Now let's go ahead and get our skin. We're gonna use, let's use instead of the blue and white HPD, let's use the black and white. Okay, find Tahoe. There's Tahoe. Go inside our police old one, YTD. Go up to the search engine, away from this random picture, SIGN. And it's lowercase, underscore, sign, underscore 1, lowercase Tahoe. Make sure we got the right picture. Nope, that's Sheriff's Department. And there's HPD right there. Okay, make sure it matches. It has to match. TAHOE, TAHOE underscore. Okay, highlight it, drag it and drop it. Click OK. There's the picture. Click Save. Now, just like we did earlier, there's a plus high YTD. So let's go in there and see if there's a SIGN. Okay, there is no. Nope, there is no SIGN. So what we can do when you come across one, when you type in SIGN and no underscore sign underscore 1, that does not pop up, and no vehicle texture pops up for the vehicle, you can go ahead, right click, delete, because you don't need it. There's no sign, there's no SIGN texture in there, so you don't need it. Go ahead and delete it. Now, since we deleted that, let's go up and take a look at our police old one to make sure we're satisfied. Tahoe. Not bad. Yeah, we're satisfied. Everything's seems to be good. Car number. Now I want to go back in, double check, make sure there's nothing for the windows. Police old 1.ytd. Let's see. Tahoe went up. Look at that right there. Tahoe windows. So there is something to put on the windows, okay? So what we're going to do, since our texture that we downloaded has something to replace the windows, and there it is, that's going to go on the front windshield and the back window. Okay, right here, Tahoe underscore windows matches. They have to match. Well, even more specifically, the skin has to match the vehicle, not the other way around. If this says something different, this says something different, and you can't change this to match this. But you can change, as we've been doing, you can change this over here to match this as far as the vehicle itself. Now, as far as the windows, the front windshield and the back windshield, you have to change this to match this one. But there has to be windows, front windshield, rear windshield. There has to be something in here that says it, okay? If there's not, then these are a waste of time. Okay, so let's go ahead and make sure that is highlighted. Drag and drop, lay it right on top. Okay. Save. And it comes up the same way the textures do. And let's double check, take a look at it before we go out. Make sure it took police old 1. Front windshield. And it's kind of hard to see, but because the tint, and there it is. So we got that. That'll be on your vehicle inside the game. Okay, we're done with that. So we've got police, we've got police 2, we've got police 3, and let's go ahead and take a look at what's going to be driving around the city. Dodge Charger, the large newer model Tahoe, our older blue and white, and police 4, ooh, our Chevrolet Caprice, which, like you said, this little bit underneath this rear bumper here, no big deal. I can live with that. I can live with it. Okay. And those are the 4 that's going to be driving around your city. You got 4 plus the one you're going to drive. When you go into Simple Trainer and you open your vehicle spawn, emergency vehicles, you're going to take police old 1, which is Rancher. It's going to, under Simple Trainer, it's labeled Rancher. And police old 2 is Road Cruiser, and Park Ranger is P Ranger. But police old 1 is going to be Rancher. And this is what, you can drive any one of them. But like I say, I like a lot of vehicles driving around inside my city. So sometimes I'll take one that's not going to be in the city so we can have more vehicles driving around. Okay, so we got that done. We got all our ELS files open to send over the .xml stuff. We got our meta stuff downloaded for each one of them, and we're good to go. Our next video will do ambulance or the record trucks. But right now we have the city taken care of. And you would do Sheriff and Sheriff 2 the exact same way. You would find your ELS vehicle, find a texture, make sure it says sheriff.ytd.yft_high.yft, and then Sheriff 2. Now those 2 vehicles you change will be driving around your county. So you want to drive something else, you can drive Police Old 2, or you can drive FBI 1 or FBI 2, so that you won't take up one of those vehicles driving around your county. Okay, and that's it for this tutorial. Guys, don't forget, like and subscribe. I sure do appreciate your time. Thank you very much.